Price here, Master Trainer with Barre Above. I'm going to run through some quick stretching and mobility to release your fascia before you start your bar workout. I'm using my Rolga tools today. The Rolga and the Activator are amazing. I'm going to start with the feet. We're going to hold the Activator. I like the bumpy side. And we're just going to push through the foot, being careful of this metatarsal head right here. Stretching out the toes, pressing forward on the toes. Right there. Then I'm going to stand on the Activator and really stretch out my arch. The amount of pressure you use is going to depend on your sensitivity on your foot. I'm going to kind of move it around a little bit. Adding some more pressure, really getting in on the heel, releasing any tightness that can cause plantar fasciitis. Your muscle tissue gets tight like Velcro and stuck, and we want to release that to really maximize our workout. Doing this on the other foot because we want to give it some love too. Stretching out the toes again. And again, I'm going to stand on my Activator and push to help release some of that tissue. Oops. Moved a little bit there. This is a great exercise to do before your bar workout, but also when you get up in the morning or right before bed. Moving up the leg, we're going to stretch the calves using the Rolga. The muscle is going to go in the divots here to really maximize how much of the muscle gets massaged. Starting right above or below the kneecap, rather, below the knee connections in the back of the leg, we're just going to scoot back and forth. You can point your toes and flex the toes and see what feels good. And if you'd like a little bit more stretch, cross one leg for a little bit of additional pressure on that bottom leg. If you find an area really feels like there's a knot there, hold that, breathe through it until you feel that knot dissolve, and then move on. Other side. This is really going to help us with our squats, our lunges, when we go to do our workout at the bar. Pointing the toes. Onto the shins, we're going to use those same areas right below the kneecap. Going in a tabletop position right here. We're going to scoot back and forth down to the ankle and back up. Breathing through. Again, if you find an area that is tight, hold it, breathe through, feel it melt, and then continue. 3 to 5 passes is plenty. This doesn't need to take a lot of time. Moving on up, we're going to do the IT band area. I like this side. Press, twist, gently release. And you can also work the quad here. This is just to loosen everything up, kind of get a feel for which area might be tender and need a little bit of extra love when we go to get the rolga out. Other side. This is also going to bring blood flow to the muscles, reduce your soreness, improve your mobility. And this is really an important part of self-care that we sometimes skip. Same areas for the muscles. So I like a low plank position for quad stretch. Right here, rolling back and forth. Again, don't go over the knee, breathing through. I'm going to switch over to IT band. So for the IT band, I like to call it my bikini pose or beach pose. One leg is bent in front. The other one is going to be straight under the bridge. That's the one we're going to stretch. The rolga should be behind you. You're going to put your leg in this front area. All right. Now this, if you have never done this before, might be very tender because this is a very hard area to stretch, and so it gets neglected a lot. Right there, I got a little tension. I'm going to breathe through it. Allow it to melt before I continue. So while this may not be the funnest part of your foam rolling experience, it's really important and you'll feel better for it later. Another side, same thing. This leg here is your pusher leg. Your other leg's going underneath. Propping up on that forearm. We're going to roll back and forth. Tightness right there. Breathe through it. It's okay to grimace at me. I promise I won't judge you. Right. All right, going back to the hamstring. Legs are going to be, again, in the outside. We're going to scoot back and forth. Down to above the knee connections. Up to the butt cheek. We're going to do the glutes next, and that will be our last thing. Now the glutes, we're back to our activator. I like to kind of find where my glutes are particularly tight and utilize this to. So I'm going to take my activator and kind of sit on it, putting pressure, rolling the butt cheek around a little bit to find where that tension is and making an adjustment there. That's the spot. Breathing through. So this would be similar to when you go to the massage therapist and they put their elbow into that glute and really go down deep. Your gluteus minimus is under all that padding, and so you really want to get something good and address any tightness, and this really does the trick without going to the massage therapist or in between your massage sessions. Other butt cheek, same thing. And you can experiment with either side of the activator and see kind of what feels the best for you. Right there, I found the spot. So I'm going to hold it and breathe through. I'm going to finish with my Rolga. My tailbone is going to go in the center here. So I'm going to basically kind of just sit on it. You can lean back slightly and kind of feel how that feels to you. Everyone's a little bit different with their foam rolling and what feels the best. So you have to listen to your body. I'm going to lean forward a little bit, nice tall posture. Kind of trying to find the spot. There's one right there. Now, if there was a particular area in this series that was particularly sensitive, or you found like you had a lot of knots in the muscle where the fascia tissue was tight and you need to release it, those are the areas that you should focus on when you're doing this stretching routine or this foam rolling routine, and it will really help you not only in your bar workouts but your everyday living activities. Thanks for watching.